Hi, Project Share here. I decided to give the Dyllusions paints a try. I've never done anything like this. I'm a very straight in the lines kind of gal. Very regimented, very stay in the lines. I don't know if it's a military in me or if I was born that way, but I figured, you know what the heck? I need to learn how to do other things. So I bought these paints. These are the only ones I have. That's why it's the colors that are on here. I had it to do with what I had. I ended up using Neenah Cardstock. I just cut it in half. On the black, I wish I would have had the black paint. I did not. I ended up having to use some Tim Holtz Distress Black, the Distress ink, on the skulls and the letters here. On this one, I did use Stays On, which seems to, well, it stays on. These, I don't know if they will eventually dry, but every time I touch them, they smudge. And I know Dina Reaveley, I hope I'm saying that right. She always says, don't put too much paint on your blending foams. Well, I did my best not to, but I had to also be able to coat. And even after, this is what I had left over. I mean, and I probably could have gotten some more off, but, you know, I gave up. Unlike her, I have a blending tool with a bunch of different foam pads, so I had to pull one off and then put another one on. But I'd have to say I really enjoyed thinking outside the box. For me, it is very different. I'm not used to it. But I did have a quote that I kind of wanted to put on there, and I'm not sure quite how to do it. I don't know if I want to leave it whole and call it a day, or just place these here and there. And it says, you may not have lost all your marbles, but there's definitely a hole in the bag. Actually, I might do that. Or leave it off. I'm not quite sure. But I figure this is for a different project. I don't know what the heck I'm going to do with that, but I didn't want to waste the ink. And I know she marks up her journals, which I did buy one of her journals. But I really wanted to try this first on something that if it just turned out completely awful, I could just toss it. But, and maybe to some people, this is awful. I ended up really liking it. My husband says it looks very, he didn't use the word retro, but he said 70s, maybe 60s-ish, with the fluorescent, loud, vibrant colors. And maybe they don't really go all that well together, but it is what I had, and that's what I went with, and I wanted to try it. So if you're thinking about doing it, give it a go. It's worth it. I had fun. It's kind of like coloring, but you're allowed to go outside the lines. I used Dina Wakley's Essential Silhouettes, Dina Wakley's Gal Quotes, Dyllusions, basically square, Dyllusions Skull Small, and Dyllusions Quote Bubbles. And actually I might even just back these in black. But at the same time, that's what I do for all my other stuff. So maybe I won't, and I'll just go around these with a black ink pen just like she does, and just stay outside that box like I have been all day today. Well, thanks for watching.